Hey y'all, so today our practice is yoga for when you're feeling disconnected. And I know for myself, when I'm within this space of being disconnected from others, it's usually when I'm going through something challenging outside of just needing rest or clarity. But when I'm going through something difficult or challenging, I tend to retreat from others because I don't want to be a burden, or I might feel that, oh, you can't relate to what I'm experiencing. So I'm just not going to engage maybe in the normal way that I typically would. So, and I find that that can be very unhealthy or an unhealthy habit because then I'm just stuck in that one place and in a space that's not always the best. So, you might have experienced this in the past, or maybe you're experiencing it now. So, within this practice, I'll be offering two quotes that I got from quotesthatilove.com, and they were nice reminders, even for myself, that that a community is important, and that I do have a support system, and I have, even in a professional space like therapy, that I can go to as a safe space to allow me to talk through my emotions. So it was really nice to actually hear some of those quotes. So hopefully it can resonate with you in some type of way as we go along this practice. So I won't talk too much, but let's go ahead and let's get started on our mat. Bye. Once you come down onto your mat, we'll begin in our easy seated pose. But as always, you can take another posture that feels more comfortable within your body. So knowing that this is just an offering to start off our flow for today. So if you need to, you can place a pillow or blanket underneath the hips, or maybe underneath the knees if the hips or the hamstrings are a little bit tight. So grabbing what you need as you slowly take your time, closing the eyes or lowering the gaze down towards the floor. So just beginning to calm the mind down, relaxing the body as you tune into the breath. And slowly, as you breathe, allow yourself to feel supported by the earth underneath you. As you slowly take your inhales and exhales, and we'll come into our breathing practice, our box breathing, by taking inhales of 4 and exhales of 4. And knowing that if this is uncomfortable, just coming back to your normal breathing pattern. So we'll begin by slowly inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out of the mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out of the mouth for 1, 2, 3, 4. And continuing on your own for a round. And once you take your final exhale, slowly coming back to your normal breathing, open the eyes or bring the gaze back up. Take your time. And you can either stay in your easy seated pose or widen your legs as we prepare for our forward fold. So on the inhale, sweep your arms up, and exhale, hinge forward, Level the hips as the palms release down in front of you. Still grounding yourself onto your mat. Exhale, draw the belly down towards the floor. On the next inhale, stay low to the ground as you walk the palms over to the right. Still feeling nice and rooted at the base of your body. Exhale, slowly walk the palms to the left, staying low to the ground. On the next inhale, walk the palms back to center. Maybe you reach the palms a little bit further or just stay where you are. And exhale, slowly walk the palms back on top of the thighs, coming into our body rolls. So wherever you are, adjusting if you need to as you bring the torso from left to right. Inhale as you come forward and exhale as you bring the spine back. So move at a pace that feels good for you and your body. And when you're ready, reverse the circles in the opposite direction. So just allowing your body to intuitively move how it needs to, not judging it, not judging what it looks like. And we'll slowly bring the spine back to neutral. Draw the soles of the feet together, coming into our Baddha Konasana or butterfly. So the feet don't have to come close in. You can extend them out. And we'll come into our cat-cows with our palms along our ankles or the calves. And on the inhale, round the spine, coming into your cat. Draw the chin towards the heart. Exhale, shine the chest forward for your cow. Inhale, round the spine. Or exhale, round the spine for your cat. And inhale, come forward for your cow. So take a few rounds on your own, always connecting our movement with the breath. And on the next inhale, bring the spine back up to neutral. Bring the palms to heart center. And as always, think of one thing that you're grateful for to help you start your practice for today. And when you're ready, release the palms down to the mat and we'll come into our toe squat. So this can be, this can cause a lot of, I don't want to say soreness, but it can be very tough on the feet if you're not used to stretching the feet in this way in your toe squat. So if you need to, you can pad your knees and we'll come onto the balls of the feet. So if this is too much, as you place the hip back, you can place a pillow underneath your bottom to reduce some of that tension. And if you need to, you can also place your feet on a pillow or a blanket. So just as another option. So we're really stretching the feet here in this pose. So we'll place the palms on the top of the thighs, staying nice and tall however you're taking this position. Relax the shoulders and soften the belly as you come back to your breathing. So allow yourself to be comfortable with stillness. And on the exhale, giving the feet a break, we'll come onto our tabletop. If you need to, you can shake the feet out, flex the ankles, do whatever you need to just release some of that tension from the feet. And when you're ready, We'll come down into our modified Sphinx by lowering the forearms down to the mat. So our palms and our forearms are parallel with our mat. Slightly shifting the hips back, draw the chin in towards the chest. The palms are wide, gaze coming down towards your mat. So this posture is a nice posture of humility, being nice and rooted and grounded onto the mat. And on the exhale, we'll slowly come down to our belly. Take your time getting there. Adjust yourself however you need to. And bring the forearms to the top of the mat with the forehead coming down for our crocodile pose. The toes are untucked. Firm the glutes, firm the belly. And on the inhale, we'll come into our locust variation by lifting the chest up off of the mat and the forearms. Hover here. And exhale, release back down. Inhale, firm the belly, firm your glutes as you come back up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Maybe go a little bit higher. And exhale, lower back down. Taking a moment to reset here. And on the inhale, we'll come into our tabletop just for a second. Coming back up, tuck the toes under, and lift the hips back for your down dog. Exhale, breathing. So our feet are nice and wide. Palms are nice and wide. Shoulders away from the ears. On the inhale, slowly walk the palms back halfway to your mat. Coming into our twist, maybe you widen the stance as you bring the left palm to the back of the right leg or to the right side of your mat if that's more accessible today. Gaze comes towards the right arm or underneath your right arm for a gentle twist. Exhaling, breathing, letting go. Inhale, left palm comes back to your mat. This time the right palm comes towards the left leg or to the left side of your mat. Gaze comes underneath your left arm. Inhale, both palms come back to center and slowly walk the palms back towards the feet for your forward fold. Inhale, palms come to the back of the calves as you halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees and slowly come up to stand. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. And then making our way to our hips. So we'll come into our hip circles as you ground the feet. The feet are about as wide as your mat. And we'll take the circles to the right and then the left just to open up the hips, warming up the body. You can also keep a bend in the knees if you need to. And maybe exaggerate the movement. And reverse your hip circles in the opposite direction. Staying nice and tall, nice and lifted. On the inhale, we'll bring the spine back to neutral. Reach the arms up overhead and interlace the palms so the palms are facing up towards the sky. On the exhale, release, bend the knees, come into your cat variation. Inhale, push the ground away from you as you shine the chest forward, palms go up. Exhale, round the spine, bend the knees, take your time. Inhale, straighten the legs, float the arms back up. So take this movement a few times on your own. Allowing yourself to just be as you move in this way. On the next exhale, round the spine, and then we'll come all the way down, soften in the knees, forward fold. On the inhale, bend the knees, and slowly shift the hips back up. So take your time here as we warm the legs. Inhale, slowly straighten the legs. Palms come to heart center and slowly come back up. Push the ground away from you as you come to stand. We'll then slowly walk towards the top of our mat. Release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Ankles are hip width distance apart. Chest shines forward as you firm the belly, firm the glutes. Stay nice and tall, nice and lifted with confidence. Ground into your mat. Arms reach up on our inhale. Send the hips back for your chair pose. So our knees are parallel with the long edges of our mat. We can lift the toes up off of the mat for a second and release them down, distributing the weight into the heels as you lift up. Ears right in line with our shoulders. Relax them away from your ears. Exhale, bring the palms back to center. Ground into the left foot and step the right leg back. Warrior one. So the heel is down on the mat with the toes facing towards your right edge of your mat. Reach the arms up. Warrior one. Stay firm in that front leg. Breathing here. On the exhale, straighten the front leg. Turn the toes slightly in and reach the arms out in front of you for your pyramid pose. Your palms might just come to the top of the left leg or down towards your mat. And if you have blocks, you can use your blocks as well. Shift the right hip towards the front of your mat, squaring your hips. Exhale, let the breath go. Finding length in the spine as your gaze comes towards the top of your mat. Inhale, slowly bend into that left knee. And we'll reach the arms up back into our warrior one. Nice and controlled. Exhale, arms come out into a T. The back foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. And we'll straighten our front leg. Coming into our triangle, gaze comes down towards your left foot. Left palm comes towards the left leg. Right arm floats up. So your palm might just come on the top of your thigh today. Maybe it comes down towards your foot or to a block. So whatever feels good as you draw the right shoulder back, as if your back is up against the wall behind you. Ground into the feet. On the exhale, release the right palm down to your block or your mat. Coming into your plank as you step the left leg to meet the right. Hold here, we'll lower the knees down. Release the belly down toward your mat. Inhale, palms are on your mat as you lift the chest up. Shoulders away from the ears for your cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, push yourself up to your plank or modified plank. And then we'll all come back to our downward facing dog. Exhale here. On the inhale, bring the gaze towards the top of your mat. Step the left foot and the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, palms come to the backs of the legs as you halfway lift. Gaze comes right in front of you. And exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms connect at the top. Exhale, release the arms by the side, mountain pose. Exhale, breathe here. Going on our opposite side, this time inhale, sweep the arms up. Root into the feet, shift the hips back, chair pose. Exhale, palms float down to heart center. Ground into the right foot as you step the left leg back for your warrior one. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders. Stand nice and tall. Exhale, hinge forward. Take your time. We'll straighten the front leg. If it feels good, come into your pyramid pose. Palms come down to your mat or to maybe your thigh, maybe your hips, or the back of the legs or your blocks. So whatever feels good in your body as you shift the left hip slightly forward to level off your hips. Draw the belly down as you maintain that integrity in your spine. Breathing here. Inhale, soft bend in the knee, ground into the feet, come back up, warrior one. This time on the exhale, the left foot will come parallel to the short edge of your mat as you straighten your right leg. So I'll turn around. Coming into our triangle pose, gaze comes down to your right foot, palm comes down to the right leg, left arm floats up. Rotate your spine so your chest is facing up towards the sky. And that right palm can also come to a block if you have one. On the next inhale, release the left palm down towards your mat. Bend into that right knee. Step the right leg to meet your left. Come into your plank. On the inhale, lower the knees down. The chest and belly come down towards your mat. Inhale, peel the chest off the mat, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, push yourself back up to your plank or modified plank. And exhale, send the hips back. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Take a moment to see how your body's feeling. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Inhale, slowly walk towards the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, palms come to the backs of the legs as you halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bend into the knees. Reach the arms back up. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Then by the sides, mountain pose. Exhale, let the breath go. So take this opportunity to see how you're feeling in this moment here. On the inhale, we'll interlace the fingers again with the palms facing up. Lift the palms up towards the sky and exhale, bend the knees, round the spine. Just like we did in our cat. Inhale, push the ground away from you, lift up. Exhale, round the spine, bend the knees. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, round your spine. Just take a few rounds here on your own. And on the inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the palms by the side. We'll come to the long edge of our mat, coming into a wide leg stance with the toes pointed out towards the corners of your mat. Ground into the feet, reach the arms out into our pointed star. Exhale, bend the knees. The knees go out wide. Tuck your tailbone down so your belly might feel some engagement here. Exhale, release the palms down and draw the left elbow down. Gaze comes towards the right shoulder. Hold here. And exhale, gaze towards the left shoulder. Inhale, gaze to the right. Exhale, gaze towards the left. If you need to take a break, you can always come up. So not bending too far in the knees. Taking your alternate movements from side to side. On the inhale, straighten the legs. Arms come back up. Exhale, bend the knees. Palms come down. Inhale, just moving the legs. Reach up. Exhale, bend back down. Maybe going a little bit lower. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, back down. Palms come to the thighs as you hold. And maybe you place the palms to heart center. I know the legs might be burning. And inhale, reach back up. 5-pointed star. On the exhale, we'll turn the right toes or left toes towards the side of our mat. Palms come down. Step the left leg to meet the right for your plank. And we'll lower down to your belly. Come down nice and slow. And we'll come back into our crocodile pose. Place the forehead on top of the forearms. Tuck the toes under and inhale, lift the forehead off of the mat and the forearms. Hold here. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale again. Lift the forehead, lift the forearms. Exhale, lower back down. This time we'll lift the legs up off of the mat. On your inhale, lift the legs up. Engage the glutes. Exhale, lower the legs down. Inhale, lift the legs up. Exhale, lower the legs down. This time the arms will come by the sides of the body, forehead down to your mat. And on the inhale, peel the chest off. So coming into our locust and lift the arms up if it feels comfortable. Exhale, lower forehead, lower arms. So we'll do that again. Inhale, lift the forehead off of the mat. Soften your shoulders, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower back down. This time, we'll peel the chest off of the mat, peel the arms, and if it feels comfortable, lift the legs. Engage your glutes. Hold. Exhale, lower down. So we'll take that again. Inhale, peel the chest, arms, and then legs. So engaging our back muscles, backs of the legs, our glutes, and release that down. One more time. If it feels comfortable, or take a break. Inhale, lift back up. Arms and legs hold. Maybe lift a little bit higher. A little bit and lower down. Come back into your crocodile. Forehead comes to your forearms. Exhale, let it go. You can bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs from left to right if it feels good on your lower back. Exhale, lower the legs down and push yourself up. And we'll come into our child's pose. Bring the big toes together. Knees are out wide as you shift down towards your mat. Forehead can connect to a pillow or a block. Holding here. So taking that moment to reset. And on the exhale, round the spine. Come back up and shine the chest forward for your cow. Exhale, round the spine. Push the ground away from you for your cat. And just take a few rounds here. And come back into your tabletop. And we'll come onto our bottom. Preparing ourselves to lower down towards our mat. So with the feet rooted into your mat, arms come out to the side and lower down. If you need to come down another way, you can do so as well. We'll walk the feet in towards our bottom, cross the left leg over the right. Arms can come into goalpost arms or into a T with the arms out straight. And we'll shift our bottom over to the left as you draw both knees down towards the right. For our reclined twist, you can place a block or a pillow underneath your knees for added support here. Ground the shoulders onto your mat. Gaze can come in any direction that feels good for you. On the next inhale, slowly draw the knees back up to center. Take your time. Release the left foot down toward your mat. This time the right leg comes over the left and shift your bottom towards the right side of your mat as you draw the legs down towards the left side of your mat, patting your knees with a pillow, blanket, or block if you need to. Draw the shoulders down. Gaze can come in any direction that feels good to you. On the next inhale, draw the knees back up. Right foot comes down to meet the left, and you can windshield wiper the knees from left to right. Draw the knees back up to center and prepare for your final resting pose by extending the legs out in front of you. Or if you'd like to take another pose, maybe relaxing on your side, moving into a chair, placing a pillow or blanket underneath the knees, maybe underneath the feet for some support. You can also place a blanket over top of your body as you begin to close your eyes. And maybe you come back to the box breathing that we did earlier in our warm-up. Or just breathe in your normal pattern. Soften the belly. Relaxing the feet. Relax your shoulders. Relaxing your face. Relaxing and letting everything go. Continuing to allow yourself to feel supported by the ground. Feeling and sensing community here within this space. And as you find some stillness in your final resting pose, I would like to share some quotes with you from quotesIlove.com. The feeling of loneliness can be overwhelming, but it's important to remember that it's just a feeling. It doesn't define you. When you feel alone, it's easy to believe that no one cares about you. But remember, there are people who love you, even if they are not physically present. So I hope you hold on to that as you take a few minutes in your final resting pose. So we'll slowly begin to come back into the present moment, taking small movements by wiggling your toes to your fingertips. Maybe giving yourself a big stretch overhead. And slowly coming up to a seated position, or if you like to stay where you are, knowing that that's an option. As we come to the end of our practice, by taking 3 rounds of cleansing breath as a union, as a community, as a collective, by inhaling through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And this final time on your own. And as always, thank you again for joining me on the mat. I hope that this practice has served you and allows you to feel a little bit more connected. So thank you again, and namaste.